I, 34M, have been married to my wife Lisa, 32F, for 8 years. We met in college during a study abroad program in Spain. We bonded over our shared love for paella and flamenco dancing, and our relationship blossomed from there. After graduation, we dated for 2 years before tying the knot in a small ceremony surrounded by our closest friends and family. We always knew we wanted a family. Lisa comes from a big family herself. She has 2 brothers and a sister, and I'm an only child. We both agreed that having at least 2 kids would be ideal. We wanted our children to have the sibling bond that Lisa shared with her siblings and that I had always longed for. 3 years into our marriage, we were blessed with our son, Tommy, 5M. He was born after a difficult pregnancy that had us on edge for months. Lisa had severe morning sickness throughout, and at 32 weeks, she was put on bed rest due to preeclampsia. Tommy arrived 6 weeks early, but despite his early arrival, he was a fighter. He spent 3 weeks in the NICU, and those were some of the most stressful days of our lives. But when we finally brought him home, it felt like our family was complete. Or so we thought. As Tommy grew, we realized we still wanted to give him a sibling. We started trying for a second child when Tommy was about 2 months passed, and nothing happened. We weren't too worried at first. After all, it had taken us a while to conceive Tommy too. But as more time passed, we started to get concerned. After a year of trying with no success, we decided to see a fertility specialist. The news wasn't good. Lisa had developed severe endometriosis, likely due to complications from her first pregnancy. The doctor told us that conceiving naturally would be extremely difficult, if not impossible. We were devastated. We spent months exploring our options. IVF was a possibility, but it was expensive and had no guarantees. We also considered surrogacy, but something about it didn't feel right for us. It was during this time that we started seriously considering adoption. The idea of adoption had always been at the back of our minds. Lisa's cousin was adopted, and we had seen firsthand how love, not blood, makes a family. The more we thought about it, the more it felt like the right path for us. We started researching adoption agencies and attending information sessions. The process was long and often frustrating. There was so much paperwork, so many home visits, and so many moments of uncertainty. But through it all, we held on to the hope that at the end of this journey, we would have another child to love. After nearly 2 years of waiting, we got the call. A little girl needed a home. Her name was Mia, 3F, and she had been in the foster care system since she was an infant. Her birth parents had struggled with addiction, and Mia had been born with neonatal abstinence syndrome. She had overcome so much in her short life, and now she needed a forever family. We met Mia for the first time at her foster home. She was tiny for her age, with big brown eyes that seemed to hold a wisdom beyond her years. She was shy at first, hiding behind her foster mom's legs. But when Tommy offered her his favorite toy car, she slowly came out of her shell. By the end of the visit, she was sitting in Lisa's lap, babbling away in her toddler language. We fell in love with Mia instantly. The adoption process moved quickly after that, and within a few months, Mia was officially part of our family. Bringing her home was one of the happiest days of our lives. Tommy was thrilled to be a big brother, and he took his new role very seriously, always wanting to help with Mia. Lisa's family was generally supportive of our decision to adopt. Her parents, John, 60M, and Mary, 58F, were over the moon about having another grandchild. They had always treated Tommy like a prince, and they extended the same love to Mia from day one. Lisa's older brother, Mark, 35M, and his wife Kate, 33F, were also happy for us. They have 2 boys, Alex, 7M, and Ethan, 4M, who were excited to have a new cousin to play with. Mark and Kate had struggled with infertility themselves before having their boys, so they understood the emotional journey we had been on. The problem started with Anna, 29F, Mark's wife. Anna and Mark have a daughter, Lily, 6F, who until Mia's arrival had been the only girl in the family. Anna had always made a big deal about Lily being the special princess of the family. From the moment Lily was born, Anna had cultivated this image of her daughter as the family's golden child. I remember the day we told the family about our plans to adopt Mia. Everyone was gathered at John and Mary's house for their annual summer barbecue. We had decided it was the perfect opportunity to share our news. When we made the announcement, there were hugs and congratulations all around. But I couldn't help noticing Anna's reaction. While everyone else was smiling and asking questions, Anna sat silently, a frown tugging at the corners of her mouth. Later that day, I overheard Anna talking to Lisa. "Why do you need another girl?" she asked. "Lily is enough for the family. Don't you think it might make her feel less special?" Lisa was taken aback by Anna's comment but tried to brush it off, explaining that Mia needed a home and we had love to give. We tried to ignore Anna's attitude, hoping she'd come around once she met Mia. But things only got worse after we brought Mia home. We decided to introduce Mia to the family gradually, to avoid overwhelming her. John and Mary visited first, showering Mia with love and presents. Mark and Kate came next with their boys, and while Alex and Ethan were a bit rowdy, They were gentle with Mia and seemed excited about their new cousin. When it was Anna's turn to visit with Mark and Lily, the atmosphere was tense from the moment they walked in. Anna barely acknowledged Mia, focusing all her attention on Lily. She kept pushing Lily forward, saying things like, "Show them how special you are, sweetie. You're the real princess here." It made us uncomfortable, but we didn't want to create a scene, especially not in front of the children. As the weeks passed, Anna's behavior became more and more problematic. At family gatherings, she would constantly compare Lily and Mia, always finding ways to put Mia down. She'd make comments like, "Oh, Lily started talking much earlier than Mia," or "Lily's hair is so much prettier, isn't it?" We tried to ignore it, but it was clearly affecting Mia. Our normally bubbly little girl would become quiet and withdrawn whenever Anna was around. The situation came to a head during Lily's birthday party last month. Anna had invited the whole family, including us. We were hesitant to go, given her behavior, but we didn't want to cause drama or disappoint Lily, who had always been kind to Mia despite her mother's influence. The party was at a local park, with a princess theme. Anna had gone all out, with a bouncy castle, face painting, and even a woman dressed as a Disney princess for photo ops. When we arrived with Tommy and Mia, Anna greeted us coolly. She handed Tommy a plastic crown, but conveniently ran out when it came to Mia. Throughout the party, Anna made sure Lily was the center of attention, which was fine, it was her birthday after all. But she went out of her way to exclude Mia. When it was time for the kids to play games, Anna organized everything so that Mia was left out. She'd whisper to Lily and the other kids, and suddenly they'd all run off, leaving Mia behind. Lisa and I took turns trying to include Mia in the activities, but it was clear that Anna was working against us. When it was time for cake, Anna called all the kids to gather around Lily, but forgot to include Mia. Lisa had to take Mia's hand and bring her to the group herself. I could see the hurt in Mia's eyes, and it broke my heart. The worst part was the party favors. Anna had prepared special gift bags for all the kids, but Mia's bag was noticeably smaller and had fewer treats. When Lisa confronted her about it, Anna shrugged and said, "Oh, I thought adopted kids were used to getting less." That was the last straw for us. Lisa burst into tears, and I had to hold myself back from yelling at Anna in front of everyone. We grabbed our kids and left the party immediately. On the way home, Mia asked us why her aunt didn't like her and if it was because she was adopted. It was a question we had been dreading, and hearing it from our little girl's mouth was gut-wrenching. Since then, we've decided to limit contact with Anna. We've explained the situation to Mark and my in-laws, who were horrified by Anna's behavior. They've been supportive of our decision to keep Anna away from Mia. We're now struggling with how to move forward. We don't want to cut off Mark and Lily, who haven't done anything wrong, but we can't expose Mia to Anna's toxicity. We're also worried about family events in the future. How do we protect Mia without causing a huge family rift? I'm angry and hurt by Anna's behavior. Mia is our daughter, adopted or not, and she deserves to be treated with love and respect. We've worked so hard to make her feel secure and loved, and I won't let anyone, family or not, undo that. This situation has brought up a lot of memories for me. Growing up as an only child, I always longed for siblings. I remember feeling lonely and different from my friends who had brothers and sisters. When I met Lisa and her big, boisterous family, I fell in love not just with her, but with the idea of being part of a large, loving family. Now, it feels like that dream is being threatened by Anna's behavior. Lisa is taking this particularly hard. She's always been close to her siblings, and the idea that one of them, or at least, someone married to one of them, could treat her child this way is devastating to her. She's been having trouble sleeping, often waking up in the middle of the night to check on Mia, as if afraid that Anna's words might have somehow physically harmed our daughter. We've been trying to focus on the positive. Mia is thriving in so many ways. She's made friends at her preschool, she loves helping Lisa in the garden, and she and Tommy have become inseparable. Just yesterday, I found them in Tommy's room, with Tommy patiently teaching Mia how to build a tower with his blocks. These are the moments we try to hold on to when the stress of the situation with Anna threatens to overwhelm us. But the question remains, what do we do now? Do we try to reconcile with Anna for the sake of family harmony? Or do we stand our ground and keep Mia away from her at all costs? The thought of family gatherings filled with tension and unspoken resentment is disheartening, but the idea of exposing Mia to more of Anna's cruelty is unthinkable. We're at a loss, caught between our desire to keep the peace and our need to protect our daughter. Any advice would be greatly appreciated. Update 1. It's been a month since my last post, and a lot has happened. First, I want to thank everyone for their support and advice. Your words have been a source of strength for us during this difficult time. After the birthday party incident, we decided to have a family meeting to address the issue head-on. We reached out to Mark, our in-laws, and Anna, proposing a sit-down to discuss the situation. Mark and our in-laws readily agreed, but Anna was hesitant. It took some convincing from Mark, but she finally agreed to attend. We chose to have the meeting at a neutral location, a private room at a local community center. We thought this would help prevent anyone from feeling territorially defensive. Lisa and I arrived early to set up, arranging the chairs in a circle to promote open communication. As everyone arrived, the tension in the room was palpable. Our in-laws, John and Mary, looked worried but determined. Mark seemed uncomfortable, constantly glancing between Anna and us. Anna herself walked in with a defensive posture, arms crossed and jaw set. Once everyone was seated, I started the conversation. I thanked everyone for coming and explained that we wanted to discuss the recent issues surrounding Mia's adoption and integration into the family. I tried to keep my tone neutral, emphasizing that our goal was to find a way forward that worked for everyone. Lisa then spoke, her voice trembling slightly as she recounted some of the incidents where Anna had made Mia feel unwelcome or less than. She described how Mia had been excluded at the birthday party and how Anna's comments had affected our daughter's self-esteem. As Lisa spoke, I watched Anna's face. Her expression alternated between defiance and discomfort. When Lisa finished, Anna immediately went on the defensive. "You're overreacting," she said. "I was just trying to make Lily feel special. It's not my fault if Mia can't keep up with the other kids." Our in-laws were visibly shocked by Anna's attitude. Mary spoke up, her voice gentle but firm. "Anna, sweetheart, I don't think you understand how your actions are affecting Mia. She's just a little girl, and she needs love and acceptance from all of us." Anna scoffed. "She's not even really part of the family. She's adopted. Why should she get the same treatment as our biological children?" The room fell silent for a moment. Then John, who had been quiet until now, spoke up. His voice was low and controlled, but I could hear the anger simmering beneath his words. "Anna, let me make something very clear. Mia is as much a part of this family as any of our biological grandchildren. Love is what makes a family, not blood. And right now, you're the only one not showing that love." Anna's face flushed red. She turned to Mark, clearly expecting him to defend her. But Mark, to his credit, shook his head. "Anna, this has to stop. Mia is our niece, and Lily's cousin. They should be friends, not rivals." As the conversation continued, it became clear that Anna wasn't going to back down. She insisted that we were all ganging up on her, that we were trying to diminish Lily's place in the family. No matter how we tried to explain it, she couldn't, or wouldn't, see how her behavior was hurting Mia. The meeting ended with Anna storming out, saying we were all against her. Mark looked defeated as he apologized for his wife's behavior. He promised to talk to her privately and try to make her understand. In the weeks that followed, we kept our distance from Anna. We still saw Mark and Lily, but only when Anna wasn't around. It was awkward, but we felt it was necessary for Mia's well-being. Then, last week, we had a breakthrough, but not in the way we expected. Lily came to our house for a playdate with Tommy and Mia. The kids were playing in the backyard while Lisa and I prepared snacks in the kitchen. Suddenly, we heard Mia crying. We rushed outside to find Mia in tears and Lily looking guilty. When we asked what happened, Lily blurted out, "I told Mia that Mom says she's not really part of our family because she's adopted. But I don't think that's true. Mia is my cousin no matter what." We were stunned. It was clear that Anna had been poisoning Lily's mind against Mia. We gently asked Lily if her mom said things like this often. Lily nodded, and then, in the innocent way that children do, she began to share more of what Anna had been saying at home. According to Lily, Anna had been consistently bad-mouthing us and Mia. She'd told Lily that we were trying to replace her as the special girl in the family, that Mia was going to take away all the love and attention that Lily deserved. She'd even suggested that we might love Mia more than we loved Tommy because we chose her. We were horrified. We knew Anna had issues with Mia's adoption, but we had no idea she was actively trying to turn Lily against her cousin. We thanked Lily for being honest with us and reassured both girls that they were equally loved and important to our family. After the girls went back to playing, we immediately called Mark. We explained what we'd learned from Lily. Mark was silent for a long moment, then he let out a heavy sigh. He admitted that he'd noticed Anna saying some questionable things to Lily, but he hadn't realized the extent of it. He promised to confront Anna and put a stop to it. The next day, Mark called us back. His voice was strained as he told us about the confrontation with Anna. He said he'd tried to reason with her, to explain how her behavior was hurting not just Mia, but Lily too. But Anna had refused to admit she'd done anything wrong. Instead, she'd accused Mark of choosing us over her and their daughter. The argument had escalated, with Anna bringing up old grievances and Mark finally standing up to her manipulative behavior. It ended with Anna leaving the house, saying she needed time to think. As of now, Anna is staying with her parents. Mark told us he's considering marriage counseling, but he's not sure if Anna will agree to it. He's also thinking about the long-term effects of Anna's behavior on Lily and is considering his options. This whole situation has left us with mixed emotions. On one hand, we're relieved that the truth is out and that Mark is finally seeing Anna's behavior for what it is. On the other hand, we're sad for Mark and Lily. This has turned their lives upside down, and we can't help but feel partly responsible, even though we know Anna's actions are not our fault. We've assured Mark that we'll support him and Lily no matter what happens. We've offered to have Lily stay with us if he needs time to sort things out with Anna. He hasn't taken us up on the offer yet, but he seemed grateful for the option. As for Mia, we're focusing on reinforcing her place in our family. We've started having more family nights, playing board games and watching movies together. We're also planning a special vacation just for our little family of 4. We're thinking about a trip to Disney World. Mia has been obsessed with princesses lately, and we think it would be good for her to see that all princesses are special, not just the ones who are born into royal families. Mia seems happier and more settled now that she's not exposed to Anna's negativity. She's been more outgoing at preschool and has even made a new best friend. It's heartwarming to see her confidence growing day by day. Tommy has been amazing through all of this. He's protective of Mia in a way that makes us incredibly proud. The other day, he told us that he was glad Mia was his sister because she was way cooler than any other sister he could have gotten. It brought tears to our eyes. We're still processing everything that's happened, but we feel like we're on the right path. We're standing firm in our decision to protect Mia, even if it means making difficult choices about family relationships. We hope that Anna will eventually see the error of her ways, but we're prepared for the possibility that she won't. For now, we're taking it one day at a time. We're focusing on creating a loving, supportive environment for our children and being there for Mark and Lily as they navigate this difficult time. It's not the family dynamic we imagined when we started this journey, but we're committed to making the best of it. We're grateful for the support we've received from most of our family members and from all of you. Your advice and encouragement have been invaluable. We'll keep you updated as the situation develops. Thank you for being there for us through this challenging time. Update 2. It's been 2 months since my last update, and the situation has evolved in ways we didn't expect. I want to thank everyone again for their support and advice. It's been invaluable during this challenging time. After Anna moved out, Mark tried to convince her to attend marriage counseling. He thought that with professional help, they might be able to work through their issues and create a healthier family environment. However, Anna refused, insisting that she hadn't done anything wrong and that we were all overreacting. She maintained that her behavior towards Mia was justified and that she was only trying to protect Lily's position in the family. Mark, realizing the extent of Anna's toxic behavior and its impact on both Lily and Mia, made the difficult decision to file for divorce and seek full custody of Lily. It wasn't a decision he made lightly. He spent weeks talking to a therapist and a lawyer, weighing his options and considering what would be best for Lily in the long run. When Anna found out about Mark's decision, she went on a rampage. She started calling everyone she knew, family members, friends, even Mark's colleagues, to badmouth Mark and us. She painted herself as the victim, claiming that Mark was choosing his brother's adopted child over his own daughter and wife. Things escalated when Anna showed up at our house unannounced one afternoon. She was screaming and demanding to see Lily, who wasn't even there. We tried to calm her down and explain that Lily was at school, but Anna wouldn't listen. She accused us of hiding Lily from her and threatened to call the police. We had no choice but to call the police ourselves to have her removed from our property. It was a distressing situation, especially for Mia and Tommy, who were home and witnessed the whole thing. In the midst of this chaos, we discovered something even more disturbing. Lily, during one of her visits, let slip that Anna had been telling her to spy on us and Mia. She'd been instructing Lily to report back on everything Mia did or said, and how we treated her compared to Tommy. Anna had been using this information to fuel her narrative that we were favoring Mia over the other children in the family. We were horrified that Anna would use her own daughter like this. It was a gross violation of Lily's innocence and our privacy. We immediately informed Mark, who was equally shocked. He used this information in his custody case, arguing that Anna's behavior was harmful to Lily's well-being. The court ordered a psychological evaluation for both Mark and Anna as part of the custody proceedings. The results were eye-opening. While Mark was deemed a stable and loving parent, Anna was diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. The psychologist noted her obsession with being the center of attention, her inability to empathize with others, especially Mia, and her manipulative behavior towards Lily. Based on these findings, the court granted Mark temporary full custody of Lily, with Anna allowed only supervised visitation. Anna was also ordered to undergo therapy as a condition of her visitation rights. Needless to say, Anna didn't take this well. She's been fighting the court's decision, claiming that the psychologist was biased against her. This turn of events has been hard on everyone, especially Lily. She's confused and upset about not being able to see her mom whenever she wants. She doesn't fully understand why her mom is only allowed to see her with a supervisor present. We've been trying to support Mark and Lily as much as we can, offering to babysit and including them in our family activities. As for Mia, she's doing much better now that she's not exposed to Anna's negativity. We've been working with a child therapist to help her process everything that's happened. She's starting to understand that Anna's behavior wasn't her fault, and she's becoming more confident in her place in our family. The other day, she asked if she could call us mommy and daddy instead of by our first names. It was a big step for her, and it meant the world to us. We've also had some positive developments. Our in-laws, John and Mary, have been incredibly supportive throughout this ordeal. They've made it clear that they consider Mia their granddaughter, no different from Tommy or Lily. They've been spending more time with us, and it's beautiful to see the bond they're forming with Mia. Mark has been leaning on us a lot during this difficult time. He's expressed regret for not standing up to Anna sooner and for allowing her behavior to continue for so long. We've assured him that we don't blame him and that we're here for him and Lily. As we navigate this new family dynamic, We're focusing on creating a loving, supportive environment for all the kids. We're planning more family outings, game nights, and even talking about a joint family vacation with Mark and Lily. It's been a tough journey, but we feel like we're finally on the right track. We're committed to protecting Mia and ensuring that she grows up knowing she's loved and valued, no matter what Anna or anyone else might say. Update 3, it's been 6 months since my last update, and I wanted to share the latest developments in our family situation. A lot has changed, and while things aren't perfect, we're in a much better place now. The divorce between Mark and Anna was finalized 3 months ago. It was a contentious process, with Anna fighting Mark every step of the way. She tried to paint Mark as an unfit parent, claiming that he was choosing his niece over his own daughter. Thankfully, the court saw through her allegations. Mark was granted primary custody of Lily, with Anna getting supervised visitation every other weekend. Anna is required to continue therapy as part of the custody agreement. Lily has been adjusting to the new arrangement. It hasn't been easy for her, but she's showing remarkable resilience. We've all been working together to provide her with a stable and loving environment. She's been spending a lot of time at our house, and her relationship with Mia has grown stronger. It's heartwarming to see them play together, giggling and sharing secrets like typical cousins. Mia has made significant progress too. With the help of her therapist and our constant reassurance, she's becoming more confident and secure. She no longer asks if she's less loved because she's adopted. Instead, she talks about how lucky she is to have such a big family that loves her. She's even started to stand up for herself at school when other kids ask about her adoption, proudly explaining that she has 2 families who love her. We've established a new family tradition of monthly gatherings with Mark, Lily, and our in-laws. These get-togethers have been crucial in reinforcing our family bonds and showing the kids that family isn't just about blood relations. Last month, we all worked together to plant a small vegetable garden in our backyard. Seeing the kids get excited about watching their plants grow has been a beautiful metaphor for our family's healing process. As for Anna, she's still struggling to accept the situation. She's attending therapy as required, but her progress has been slow. She still tries to stir up trouble occasionally, like the time she tried to convince Lily to refuse to come to our house. Thankfully, Lily is old enough to see through these attempts and has been standing her ground. We've maintained our distance from Anna, only interacting with her when absolutely necessary for Lily's sake. It's not ideal, but it's the best way to protect our family's peace and Mia's well-being. We're hopeful that with continued therapy, Anna might eventually come to terms with the situation and learn to treat all the children equally. Our in-laws, John and Mary, have been our rocks throughout this ordeal. They've made it clear that they don't condone Anna's behavior and have been actively involved in creating a loving environment for all their grandchildren, including Mia. They've even started a new tradition of having grandparent days where they take all the grandkids for a special outing once a month. Last month, we took that family vacation we'd been planning. We rented a beach house and spent a week with Mark, Lily, and our in-laws. It was exactly what we all needed, a chance to relax, bond, and create new, happy memories together. Watching the kids build sandcastles and splash in the waves, it was hard to believe how far we'd come from the tension and hurt of just a few months ago. As we move forward, we're cautiously optimistic. We know there might be challenges ahead, especially as Anna continues to be a part of Lily's life. But we're committed to facing whatever comes our way as a united family. Our experience has taught us the true meaning of family. It's not about blood or titles, but about love, support, and acceptance.